Hey, good morning to everybody. Happy Wednesday. It's Daryl here. It is bright and freaking early, man. It's 3 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. Okay, today was going to be it's been a really weird month. Today I got called to do a painting job. Actually, it has to do with recovery and another clinic. And I was going to wait to make this video because I've got so much to prepare for this morning, getting ready for this job. But I came across a news article that I got to talk about. I got to tell you this. When I saw this video, my hands actually started shaking. That's how much I don't even like saying that because I don't like admitting that Donald Trump affects me that much. But seriously, my hands started shaking when I watched this. There's two videos down below. As usual, the links are going to be right down below. And it disturbed me. I wish I didn't watch it. I really do, because I've talked about this before. I have building anxiety with the coming election. I don't see any good way that this is going to turn out. This is going to be a horrific new area for the country. If Biden wins, there's no way that Trump and his supporters are going to go along with it. If Trump wins, it's going to be a revenge fest. And watching this video actually even just fuels my anxiety. This video has to do with Robert De Niro, one of my favorite actors. Now, he's not politically active. You know, it's a fact that he doesn't like Donald Trump. So I guess this is what I read, that he was asked by the Biden administration. I hate to say that, but that's what I read, to actually show up at court to talk about this. And what the Trump supporters were yelling was one of the most disturbing things. Like I said, it just fuels my anxiety even more. My hands actually started shaking. The hatred and the anger that just come out, just pure, there's no intelligence, just pure hatred and anger. There's just one thing in particular that I can't even say on here. Let me start at the beginning here. I voted Republican before. I voted for Ronald Reagan. I want the truth. I will vote for the person that I think is best for this country. I heard this saying once, and I think it's true. I think it says that in the future, civilizations are judged by how they took care of their weakest citizens, how they cared for their weakest citizens. And I think that's true. That being said, we came here, all men are created equal. And you look at the stuff that Donald Trump says, the stuff I've seen him say. I read the book by Stormy Daniels, and what Trump's lawyer had to say and everything. And I have no doubt in my mind that during the 2016 election, he hooked up with Stormy Daniels. I have I look at the facts and I make my own judgment. If it was reversed, if it was Joe Biden that these accusations were about, and the same kind of proof, I would be against Joe Biden. It's not about Democrats or Republicans for me. It's about the truth and who's best for this country. The thing that disturbed me most, one of the things that disturbed me most, was hearing with my own ears Donald Trump calling Secretary of State Raffensperger in Georgia and asking him to find votes. It's just if he could find votes. The way Donald Trump coerced him, I heard that phone call for myself. That terrifies me. And what he's done to this country. He has destroyed our system of democracy in the last 5 or 6 years, single-handedly. Nobody believes in our system of voting anymore, in our democracy, or at least half the country doesn't believe in it anymore. All right, let me talk about these videos. There's going to be 2 videos down below, and the stuff they were yelling at Robert De Niro was I heard one guy just going, F you, just no intelligence, just pure hatred and anger. I've talked about this before. I don't get it. I don't know if these people are so unhappy with their lives that they have to blame it on somebody else. And then the most disturbing thing I hear in the videos down below is I hear one of the Trump supporters, I can't even say this. He makes an accusation about Robert De Niro and about underage people, and this is their go-to. This whole thing with drinking blood in Hollywood, and this whole, I like the words I can't say here about certain people I can't talk about. That accusation, I hear this Trump supporter yell that. It's the most hideous, terrible thing you could accuse a person, especially an older man. It's the most hideous thing, horrific thing you could accuse an older, or any man, or anyone in particular, but it's, especially an older man like this, with no proof, no nothing, no, they just throw this out there. They accuse De Niro. You have to watch it yourself, because I can't say these words on here. Like I said, it got my hand shaking, and then these Trump supporters are calling the Capitol Police, which the Capitol Police were defending our system, for better or for worse. It's our system, and this is how we do things here. The Constitution, the Declaration of Independence, and everything else, and all the amendments. This is how we do things, and those Capitol Police were protecting our system. If you want to change the system, you don't do it by violence. And you don't listen. There was no proof. There's never been any proof, and Trump is still going off about this. He's still going to these rallies and pushing this thing about how he won. And you see this coming election, and you know what's going to happen. If he wins, it's going to be a revenge fest. It's just going to be. And I hear these accusations thrown out at people like Robert De Niro. And then it scares the hell out of me to think that Donald Trump actually wins, and these people are on our streets, and and what are they? They're going to accuse everybody of this. They're going to accuse people like me of this just because I don't agree with them. The hatred and the anger, and it's just there's no intelligence in there at all. It's one of the most scariest things I've ever seen. I hate to say that. I hate to admit it. This isn't one of my usual videos. It's just an interpretation of how I felt watching these videos. These two videos down below. I'll put the two videos and the news stories from CNN and TMZ down below. I'll put the videos right on top so you can watch them yourselves. But my hands started shaking when I saw what they were saying. The stuff they were saying. There was no intelligence. Just F you, F you, F you. You do this, you do that. And then slurs, all sorts of freaking slurs. This is what's good. Our country is going to become in November. This is going to be the majority. God help us, man. God help us. It scares the hell out of me. It really does. The links are down below. I'll be back later. I have 2 videos all set to go. I'll download them a little later today. I know I've been promising that I will. Have a good Wednesday.